Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
I need it!
Hey, how are you?
This is amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Bromigos podcast. It's your boy Panama Red.
And of course, the Undercover Brother. Pump your fist if you feel me, and holler if you hear me. We got some new shit going on, Mike. We got new logos and everything now.
Yeah,
It looks
we do.
great.
We do.
Thanks to you. It's all thanks to you, actually.
Yeah, I try. I wore this for y'all, for everyone out there.
All the Eagles stuff. Yeah,
Fly, Eagles,
congratulations.
fly.
The Eagles are good again.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, so we didn't record last week. Sorry about that, people. We had a lot of stuff going on. But as we know, the election happened and all Miss old Kamala, she lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on since then in my span of things.
Yeah.
So, first of all, let's talk about the day of the election. How are you feeling? Where do you think it was going to go? What were your thoughts? You were like up all night, I think, right?
Yeah, I stayed up, not all night, but I stayed up, to watch
at least until they called it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't. When I went to bed, he was winning.
Okay.
And then when I woke up and I saw, that Trump had won. And I was like, oh, Jesus, fuck. Here we go. I actually took a couple of days off of
again.
Yeah, man. I took a couple of days off of Facebook, actually. I deactivated my account for a few days because I went on after the election.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, because I don't really post that much anyway, but the amount of hate that I was seeing, not directed at me because, I don't really give that much of a fuck. I mean, I care, I have an opinion, but not enough to like distribute hate towards people.
Yes. That's exactly the same way I am. I don't care enough to talk shit about it. I'll give an opinion if I feel like I want to, which in this case, this year's election, I did give an opinion considering, as we all know, I didn't vote. So, and that's my cross to bear. And I don't use it as a term of bragging. I just say it as like, it is what it is. If either side gave me a reason to vote, I would have voted for that side. But I didn't like either side this year. So it's really, for me, it's just that simple. But I'll explain why I kind of regret that in a bit. But I can tell you I was at work during like the time that the polls were starting to close.
Yeah.
So all day, or all night, I should say, I'm looking up at the TVs at the gym I work at, right? And like 5 of those TVs are on the news. There's like one on MSNBC, one on CNN, one on Fox, one on whatever local news. So like everybody's covering it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been so paranoid about anything in my life to actually constantly look up at the TV like every 15 to 30 seconds. But that night was stressful, bro. I'm in the middle of work. I'm talking to members of the gym. I'm hanging out. I'm signing people in. I'm taking care of customer service problems. And all while that's happening, I'm like, that's literally all I'm doing. And you guys can't see what I was doing. I was turning my head every couple of seconds there because I was just so, I want to say enthralled because I think that's the wrong term to use. But I was like so nervous that I had no choice but to watch, even though I would rather not, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I understand everyone's nervousness and anxiety towards it because, this is a big deal. It's a big deal, especially in the U.S., especially with something with a man so polarizing, such as the soon-to-be again President Donald Trump. Honestly, I just want what's good for America. Ultimately, I think that should be the goal of everyone, regardless of where you stand politically.
Mm-hmm.
The goal should be to come to do what's best for the country. I have a few issues with the people that he's taking with him to the candy shop.
As do I. And Dante isn't here today. It's just, you and me. So like, I'll be the one to say it because I said it before we started recording. Trump didn't hire any black people as part of his cabinet. There's like 2 people of color in the entire cabinet.
Yeah.
Or minorities, if you can call them that.
Listen, think about it like this. First of all, why do we care so much? We focus too much on that
I
kind of
don't
shit.
know.
We do focus entirely, and also black people. Aren't white people the majority? Wouldn't you expect them to see them like more of them in the workplace? I mean, just simple, dumb, plain logic. You know, we do need representation, but come on, man. We focus too much on the fuckery that we haven't even put anyone significant in play to be president, to represent us. Like, come on, we got to you got to focus on the right things. But I digress. Yo,
What's up?
should we go right at the meat and potatoes of this? Like, I want to cut right through the fat
Yeah, go right
and go
ahead. I
right
mean, that's what we're here to do, right?
to
Go right
who
ahead.
the
It's you and
fuck,
me. Let's
like
fucking party.
the people he's choosing to be part of
Yeah.
his cabinet, man.
I have a problem with two of them. I know you have a problem
Who do
with
you have a
more
problem
because
with?
you're more. Okay. Matt Gaetz, for one. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
As far as I know about Matt Gaetz, because keep in mind, I used to work for a news radio show part time over the course of a year. I would hear things about Matt Gaetz, about what he was trying to do with the Speaker of the House and how he was trying to get the Speaker of the House at the time, whose name, I think was it Kevin McCarthy, I think his name was.
That
Now
sounds.
it's finally, I think that's
It
what it
does
was.
sound.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong. But so he's a very far right guy. And
Yeah.
as we all know, I am not one of those people, or at least I try not to be in how I view things. And I just don't fuck with his views about things. And when I have a problem with Matt Gaetz is because he was the one that more or less single-handedly led the charge to kick Kevin McCarthy out as Speaker of the House when all he was trying to do was mend fences, from what I could see,
Yeah.
between Republicans and Democrats. And if you remember correctly, it took them like a week and a half to vote his ass in.
Yeah.
They spent all that time arguing over Speaker of the House to kick him out like 6 months later. Not even, maybe. I don't even know what the time frame was, but it was definitely less than a year.
Yeah, man. Matt.
It was pathetic. I'm just like, come on, bro. So there's him that I have a massive problem with. And then Elon Musk. Now, I know Elon dick riders are going to come on here and say, oh, Elon Musk is a genius, bro. What has he done with Twitter? He's made so many asinine decisions with Twitter that I question whether or not he's actually a genius at what he does. He's a billionaire, but even the dumbest people become billionaires if they work hard enough, or they try to work hard enough at it.
So, the logic with these billionaires running the country, right? Because what's the other guy's name? The guy with the long name?
Vivek Ramaswamy, I think his name is. The guy that
isn't he wealthy as well?
Yes, but I think the only reason why I'm not as upset about him being involved is because I actually liked him during the debates. Like, I actually liked the way he spoke, and I liked some of his views on things. He was another businessman that we know, but it seems like he was more of a successful one than Trump was.
He tried to be part Trump, part Obama. No,
yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good. I feel like over time he's kind of soured on me because he's been such a pro-Trump guy. Because I hate when debates are like, oh, this guy did this and this guy did that. And like, oh, this is why we shouldn't have this person here or vote him in. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, please give me a job. Like, that's what I feel like Vivek was doing after he withdrew from the Republican nomination. He was like, please give me a job, Donald Trump.
I wonder what people think having these wealthy people run our country is going to do for them. They benefit off of a system that has made them wealthy and made the rest of us poor, right? And you think somehow, some way that they're going to change that system so it benefits you? I don't understand what you think. Nothing these men have done in their lives indicates that they would help any of us. Like, be real. Look at what Elon has done. The things he's done to Twitter.
The Twitter alone is why I don't trust Elon. Like, fuck what he did with Tesla and hell, even the Cybertruck, for Christ's sake. But like, fuck anything with Tesla. Like, look at Twitter and tell me whether or not you think is a guy that should be in a position to make government like decisions.
Yeah, these are people that if you disagree with them, you're gone.
Yes, exactly. That's what I have a problem with. Now, again, those are the three people that I kind of don't have a problem with, but also mostly have a problem with in some other regards. So I'm just like, but I know you have a lot you could say about others that you are far more knowledgeable about than I am. So I'm looking forward to learning from you in this regard.
I mean, I just like to call it what it is. I just wonder when did America's standard of what should be representing us to the rest of the world became so shitty. We have listen, Matt Gaetz, they want this fucker to be attorney general, bro.
Nope.
The highest legal office
I
in the
don't
land.
trust that guy with a. I couldn't trust him as far as I can throw him,
bro.
And that wouldn't be that far.
This dickhead's been allegations of sex trafficking, right?
Matt Gaetz?
Matt Gaetz.
I did not know that. That's news to me.
He recently resigned, bro, because there was an ethics report coming out on him, right? After allegations of misappropriating campaign funds, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So he was stealing money.
You know what I mean? Like, niggas been, dipping his hand in the cookie jar, right? These are the people that,
it's and
we somehow Favre that shit for real. And you somehow think that these people are going to put systems in place, bro. They have the House, the Senate, the White. They got everything, bro.
They got everything. The same thing happened in 2016. They got all three.
Zero checks and balances, bro. Zero checks and balances. Like, think about this, people. Come on, man. Don't be like, Panama, you're going on with your foolishness. Nah, bro. Think about this shit for real, man. They have everything. They can do what they want. Do what they want. All I want to see, man, realistically, all I want to see, keep your word. Okay? For me, personally, everything you said you were going to do when you were first in office, you ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe some of it. He did some of it. He did try to do the wall. Not that I condone it or not.
No, I thought Mexico was going to pay. You see?
Well, that's true. Mexico was going to pay for it, and then we ended up
bravado. He liked to put on a show, all this showmanship. The problem is people, for some reason, don't want to hold this man accountable. You said Mexico was going to pay for it. Why ain't Mexico pay for it? I don't want to hear no lip service. Bro, don't tell me shit. You're a successful businessman. I call him a failure. You're a successful businessman. Get it done, bro. Get it done. Stop giving the people lip service. People voted for Trump because he sounds good. He's telling the people what they want to hear. Give the people what they want, though.
Mike, are you a Star Wars fan?
Let me ask
you, and I asked this for a reason. Do you remember episode 1, the very beginning, when they run into Jar Jar? The quote that Qui-Gon Jinn says.
No, I don't remember the quote, but I do remember. Jar Jar, I love Jar Jar.
I love Jar Jar too. I don't care what anybody says. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. That is a direct quote from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That's what I feel like Donald Trump is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I didn't vote for him. That's why you can kind of say the same thing about Kamala. Or Kamala, however you say her name. She gives horrible interviews to the point where I don't really know what she's talking about. Trump was bad, but Kamala was as bad, if not saying worse, but she was similar level to him for me.
Bro, you know something? Say what you want. Say what you want about Obama, right? Say what you want about him. Did he set the bar too high? Look at everything we've gotten after him. Like, look at first of all, Obama was not the perfect president. Okay,
no, I was not a big fan of Obama for sure.
Obama did some shit, right? But as far as being presidential, Obama set that bar high.
Yeah, that died with Obama. To be honest, like not even Joe Biden could save that
because
Joe Biden
look at the shit we've had on both sides, bro. Look at what we've had to represent us. Like, who's been the most sane? Bernie?
I don't know if I'd say Bernie Sanders is sane.
What you got against Bernie?
I don't care for the socialist rhetoric
Okay, let's talk about that. Because I live in one of these so-called socialist countries. So let's talk about it. Because I love that people say this. What don't you like?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Some things that we have talked about, I kind of understand, like the healthcare and things of that nature. Like, I can understand where that argument's coming from. I would not say people are not entitled to healthcare. I get it. But I don't know. Maybe I get communism and socialism confused because they're
Very much so.
similar.
Very much
And
so.
I'm also half Russian and Ukrainian, so my people lived through that for quite some time, and I kind of don't want to live those times in 2024 going into 2025. I would not like to know what they were going through in the gulag. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's just, the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I hear people say what you just said, and it's fine to say it. I don't have a problem. It's why I'm always open to conversation. But I don't even think people really know what socialism is,
Mhm.
and there are, bro, we pay as Americans pay into a system and get nothing from it. If you think about it, we get nothing from it. Our taxes goes into paying billions of dollars a year in defense and everything else. Our infrastructure is shit. Our healthcare system is shit. Our social security is shit.
I just had an idea. You might like what I'm about to say.
What's up?
The difference between socialism and communism is who's in charge.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a social. You can have what I think the term is democratic socialism. Like it's what Germany does. It does work.
Yeah, like that. I can somewhat see
It
and
does work.
listen to and get behind. It's
There's
like the
also this-
hardcore shit. That makes me upset.
This two-party system also don't work.
No, it doesn't.
It don't work.
It stopped working a long time ago.
Listen, with moderates like ourselves, right? And I don't care what no one says. I would consider myself a moderate. Right?
Same.
There's nowhere for us. We're stuck between crazy and fucking insane. Like, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was it? South Park predicted this. It was between a douche and a turd sandwich.
Like, what? I have to lean far this way or lean far that way to get, because these people that are out here not having a conversation and they're not even trying to talk.
No, I'll get to that in a second. I have my own opinions on that.
Shout out to my man. Hey, I will always give a shout out to B Word. I fucking love this dude, man. He ain't talk no shit. What's up, B Word? You ain't talk no shit, bro. What happened?
Yeah, how about them Cowboys, B Word?
What happened, B Word?
What happened?
Tell me what happened, Papi. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about our filters. Let's talk about our feelings unfiltered, Papi. Let's talk about it. You and me. I'm going to talk about like your neighbor, Juan. Okay, Papi? Juan, I'm going to talk to you, man. What's up, Papi? Let's go to Tijuana. Fuck the Cowboys.
As a Giants fan who is not doing any better,
you guys,
fuck the
you guys
Cowboys.
Booty. See?
Oh, but please don't start. I don't want to deal with this right now.
Listen,
I
regardless of how the Cowboys are doing, I love to hate the Cowboys. Like, I'm gonna be real. I love to hate them.
We all do.
Okay?
Yes,
I love to hate them because if they were doing good, I'm gonna still talk shit. But you fuckers, oh my god, what is going on over there?
all I can say is I'm glad I'm a fan of football. And I enjoy that sport more than I have American football the last several years. That's all I will say.
Because you have nowhere else to turn. But
that's true.
Yeah.
But it's actually I enjoy the sport. It's like watching human chess. That's how I compare it to. It's a human chess match, and I love it.
Well, it wasn't always like this. I preferred how I used to, but that's a topic. How it used to be.
That's a topic. Well, we can talk about that later, but I still have a lot to talk about this fucking election.
Yeah.
Wait, so why do you have a problem with what's his name? It's here somewhere. Pete Hegseth. So that was one that you were very open about criticizing on Twitter.
I have a problem with all of it. You have JD Vance who has little, like we talk about, I don't like the double standard. JD Vance doesn't really bother me as much as people. He said some wild shit, but he doesn't bother me all that much. My issue is his experience in politics, right? First of all, I hope this fucker gets held to every single standard that you held for Kamala. He better make mountains move while he's vice president. I swear to God.
I better see extra money in my check every week.
bro, the idiotic things. But I don't want to get into it. I just
Yeah.
keep the same energy, okay? But he has no experience in politics, or little, like a year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. Then this motherfucker Pete Hegsworth, this uh, Fox News anchor. Oh, wonderful!
That's all you need to hear. That's all you need to hear.
Like,
Fox
say
News.
what you want. If you're a moderate, you get it, because you wouldn't want, if it was a Democratic president, right? You wouldn't want some fucking idiot from CNN in an office either. You wouldn't want that. So let's, like, come on, think about this shit. Like, people don't stop to just use simple logic. Simple logic about it. Think about it. Fuck.
There's only a hand people from, well, because I only ever watch Fox News in this household. There's only a handful of people. If I could probably name on two fingers, who I would actually rather have compared to him, and that's Brett Baer, because I actually like the way he, you know, forwards discussions in his debates with different sides. And God, what the fuck is his name? He's from South Carolina. He's a gray-haired guy. I don't. He's on the
Hannity?
weekends. No, not Hannity. Fuck out. Why would you think Hannity of
I don't
all
know. You said
people?
white guy, gray hair. I thought Hannity. What the fuck?
No, far from that. Oh God, why is his name escaping me? Give me a second,
Yeah, I
but
don't know nothing about no damn Fox News.
I got it.
I don't even know nothing about CNN. I don't watch that foolishness. That's what Germans call trash TV.
Is that really what they call it?
No, they call reality TV trash TV. But our news is fucking like reality TV. Our news is buns.
Is it? Is it really? I thought, what do they report on over there then? Like
No,
what was
over
what
here
was
the
the
shit's
reporting on the
annoying too.
election in Germany
Oh
compared
my
to here?
god, it
I
was
am curious.
constant, bro. It was constant. They wouldn't shut up about the election in the US. It's like an obsession they have. Germany is also, they have a lot of reality. German television's ass too. It's ass too. I don't watch TV. It's garbage. But they kept talking about the election. They were constantly on the election. Everything you watch in the morning, the election. In the evenings, the election. In the middle of the night, the election. Like, fuck.
Trey Gowdy, I think that was his name.
Who?
His name's Trey Gowdy, the guy I was thinking about.
I don't know.
I like
Trey
him.
Gowdy.
He seems sensible, but seems, that's the key word. Yeah, but so then let me ask you this question then, because you said you took a few days off of Facebook and social media to,
Yeah.
I don't want to say heal, but how do you
No.
feel about how people acted on social media, if you happen to see it, in regards to the election on both sides, because we're keeping this fair?
So first of all, I didn't get off of Facebook to heal. Okay,
I didn't know how to describe it.
I got off of Facebook because the fuckery that people were saying to each other is just absurd.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you. This is really what I saw. Right? I'm going to keep it a buck.
Go right
So
ahead.
I saw a lot of panic. Right. I saw a lot of people that want to move. I've had someone reach out to me about moving to Germany. A few that I saw were talking about they want to move to Canada. I'm like, okay, is it really that serious? But okay, you feel like you need to move. That's all. That's okay. All right. I saw a lot of, people that are just wanting to hold him, are ready to hold him accountable. Right. People that are just, all right, he's not my president, but whatever, that foolishness. I saw a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that were, hey, even though we disagree, can we be friends? And I saw a whole lot of, haha, fuck you, he's our president, yeah. Like, boasting. Like,
Yeah.
people don't even get like this over their favorite sports teams. It's disgusting, bro.
Here's why I hate the day after an election. And I'll tell this story.
Hate?
Yes, hate. With a capital HATE. Anyway, When I was in college, my sophomore year of high school, it was 2016 and Trump had just gotten elected, right? So because I had voted for Trump, naturally I was happy. But I was reading Twitter that morning because I got to class early. And I was reading at everybody's reactions. And I'm like, is it that fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, is it like everybody, they're crying? Like, why are they crying about this? It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And then by the time class had started, I had seen so much of it that I was fed up. I was like, my Spanish professor was going to say, "Oh, what happened last night?" And I was like, Senora, whatever, I forgot her name. Can we please just not talk about this and actually learn Spanish?
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I did not want to put up with that, man. And like, I'm in Spanish class. I already suck at trying to learn Spanish as it is. I don't want to have to talk about politics for 45 minutes of the class and not learn anything. That's not what I'm paying fucking thousands of dollars for.
Yeah.
So then let's fast forward to 2020.
Te enseñaron a hablar español.
Yo estoy muy blanco, no hablo español.
Así que eres un gringo.
Sí.
Okay.
So let's go to 2020 now, and it's the Republicans' turn to take a lick, right?
Yeah.
What did they all do for 4 years?
Yeah,
The election was rigged.
Yeah.
Biden stole the election. The Dems stole the election. Everything is rigged. The system was against Trump. Blah, blah, blah. That was that way for 4 years, and they didn't shut up. For a while, when it first happened, I was kind of in that camp, admittedly, because, again, I did vote for Trump in 2020. Not proud of it. But then when you fast forward to
that, go ahead. I'm coming back to that.
Oh, of course you will. Then, like, after January 6th and everybody's freaking out about that, I'm just like, like, man, this ain't a good look, bro. Like, why are we defending something like this? I'm not going to say it. It was just a bad look all around for conservatives, man. And at that point, that's when I was kind of like leaning towards maybe being on one side is not the best idea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I kind of had like my come to Jesus moment, for lack of better terms. But the whole point, and the reason I'm telling this very long story, is because I'm going to go 8 years prior to how I acted when Obama got elected the second time against Mitt Romney. Keep in mind, my family is very conservative. I naturally was brought up not to like Obama because he was a Democrat. So what did I do when he was elected the second time for like 3 months in school after the election? I didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And I look back on that time and I say to myself, I was a fucking moron. And that is why the day after an election is stupid to me and how people react, because it's all emotion. There is no common sense to be spoken about for anybody. And both sides are guilty of this, as I have said. Both sides are guilty of bitching and whining about it for 4 years straight. Yeah. And then, as you well put, now everybody's bitching and crying again on the Democrat side. And the Trump side's like, ha, fuck you, we told you. And then you have the people like us where it's like, it's not that big of a deal. Let's talk about it, but we can still be cool, right? And I'll tell a story about that. But I figured you have something you wanted to say. So
no, I mean, if people think about it, if we go back to the beginning of the Trump thing, I firmly believe, and people may disagree, and I would insist and say, how don't you see it? But it wasn't like this prior to Trump.
Yeah.
People, we could really disagree and that be that. And now, I don't know if social media has, if it magnifies everything, if that has something to do with it. But people, I feel like Trump being in office and in the public eye has really just brought out the ugly in people.
Agreed.
And I worry for another 4 years of Trump in that regard. Like, fuck the politics, take out everything, what he can do for you, and just think about this. Mm-hmm. Look what happened while he was in office, and we're not better for it. Trump left us in shit, bro. We spend more under his administration than we did in the Biden administration. He left us in shit. I don't see why people think he's gonna just come in and save us. There was a time when you could work at the grocery store and live on your own.
Yeah.
Our grandparents, what they grew up in and what our parents grew up in. Bro, when we grew up, bro, you know how much money you got to make to live? There's no damn reason you should have to work 2 jobs to survive. There's no reason.
No, more than 2. Some people have to work more than 2, I think. I know people
There's
that
no
work 2,
reason
but I've
for it.
also know people that work plenty. So it's just how things are run. And I feel like that's a part of the reason why Trump won in the first place. Because people were so concerned about the finances and getting cheaper groceries and cheaper gas. Like that was the one
Bro,
thing I
come
saw.
on. Have people
And
not looked into Trump?
yeah. Well,
Like, how do people?
what did I say last episode? I told my sisters, like, the reason we were doing so good, and I've looked this up, was because of the economy Obama created. What did she tell me?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I'm sorry, but your sister needs to like people. He's a businessman, bro. Do you go look up how many times he's declared bankruptcy, and he's still rich?
I don't know how.
He said
That's impressive.
he told on himself in the debate with Hillary, and I think I said this in the previous episode, where the system is created for him to thrive, and you people really, really, really believe, and I hope you're right. God, I hope you're right. I just find it hard to believe that they truly believe that this man is going to come in and change the system that has made him rich.
Is it true belief, or is it like living on a prayer type shit?
I think
That's
it's
what
a
I
little bit
wonder.
of both.
Because here's what because you know, like the Project 2025 thing.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe that's actually true. But at the same time, I hope deep down that isn't actually a thing. Like, I've heard it's been debunked by Trump and so on and so forth. And it's like, I want to believe that it's debunked, but at the same time, I really don't know.
Have you not been hearing about the recent with that?
I have not personally. What would that be?
So, I mean, this could be people fucking around, but there have been personnel like
It really could be.
Matt
I think
Walsh was talking about maybe it was satire, but he said something to the effect of, "Okay, now we can tell them the truth that the plan is Project 2025." You know, but
oh, that's got to be satire because there's no fucking way that's true. It's so counterintuitive to everything we have done as far as certain aspects of how the government is and
like
like just even social like rights in general. Like, come on, bro. Education's gonna get all fucked up because of it. Like, if you look at even the cliff notes of it, if you look at the cliff notes of it and what it basically was said to be doing, there is no good thing about it. Like, and again, I want to believe it's bullshit. I do. I hope it's bullshit. But there's still a part of me deep down where I'm just like, I really don't know. And people think I'm a fucking idiot because, like, oh, I trust Trump because I hope. But I'm just like, here's the thing. I said that to some people, and I'll get into the story later. But like, I said that to some people, and I said, I want to believe it's not true, but I also don't know at the same time. Like, I want to believe Trump says it's debunked. It's not true. But then everyone's like, oh, so you're going to trust a fucking convicted felon? I said, I want to believe. I hope it's not true. I never said I do believe it.
Like, yeah, people don't listen very well, do they?
So, can I just tell the story? Because I just got to tell the story. Because if I don't, I'm going to fucking lose it. So, the day after the election, as you can tell, everybody was fucking bugging out. And I was on my burner account on Twitter, and I was just spewing some fucking bullshit because I needed to get it out of my system, right? And all I kind of said was, watching everybody crash out has been entertaining. I don't know why everybody's ending all these friendships over politics. That's just not something that's ever been up my alley. What happens like an hour later? All of my friends, quote unquote, decide to come at me and say, oh, so you think women losing their rights is entertaining? Where did I say that in the sentence or in the tweet? Did I say I want women to lose their rights? Anybody who's listened to this show knows I'm not for that shit. And I have been an active speaker when it comes to how I felt about the Roe v. Wade thing, women who get sexually assaulted, women in sports, things of that nature. So the fact that you're now saying that you think that that is what I said makes you look like a fucking dumbass, considering I know how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's been well documented on the show. So everybody wants to go out and say, oh, so you believe it's funny. I said, no, I don't think it's funny. I just think it's very premature to start making assumptions on something that hasn't happened yet because he's not even in office. Everybody thinks the presidency starts the first day after the election. It doesn't. It's a gradual process. Anyone with a brain knows that.
Yes.
Okay? So these motherfuckers decide they want to keep coming after me for this shit and like keep saying all this garbage. And I say to them, it's like, listen, I agree with your stance on why you would be worried, but I still think it's premature. I don't think any of this is actually going to happen. And I even gave them a reference to that agrees with some of the things that they say, aka this podcast. And I said to them, here's an episode that I talked about the Roe v. Wade situation. I would hope you would go listen to it because that is how I feel about this particular subject. Because I agree with you. Guess what their response is, Mike? So you're just using this as an opportunity to plug your podcast, you asshole. You get 3 listeners anyway. Like, why would we listen to such an ignorant show? That's their response. Almost word for word. So at that point, I was like, you guys are idiots. So here's what I'm going to do. If any of those fucking halfwits want to come on the show and talk, because they seem to have so much to say about me outside of a group chat that I bet they're all talking shit about me in. If you have anything that you want to say to my actual fucking face, why don't you come on the fucking show and we'll talk about it on a Friday afternoon? Because
come on
frankly,
the show.
Yeah, come on the show and stop being a fucking coward, because I was only bullshitting on an account. Like all of you do. You all have burners. You all do the same thing.
Why do you?
I am not a fraud. I am not a fraud when literally everyone we know is doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
So what's this double standard bullshit? So yeah, if you got some shit to say, nut up or shut up and come on the show, because I'm not putting up with this fucking garbage anymore, man. People have been talking shit to me. Like it doesn't bother me per se because I just think they're idiots and I laugh at them. But at some point, it's kind of like, if y'all really want to fucking talk shit, like do it publicly here. Let's fucking go, bro. Make it worth my time instead of in a fucking tweet.
Oh, yeah, you're big dicking it. Oh,
listen, you wanted the real me, quote unquote, to come out before we started recording, right? This is what I am. This is what it is. This is how I feel about it. If you have so much to fucking say behind your own closed accounts, whether it's about me or about the fucking election, come on the fucking show and I will show you that, one, we're not that fucking ignorant. We're dumb as fuck sometimes, but we're not that ignorant, admittedly. And 2, I am on your side, you fucking retards. Flat out. So they all decided, oh, we don't want to be friends with you anymore. And I said, that's fine, because other situations have already led me to not being friends with you anyway before this fucking election. So I cut that cord long ago. Y'all motherfuckers just didn't realize it because you were too busy sucking each other off in your fucking group chat.
Damn. Okay. Said it with his chest.
Yeah, I do say it with my chest. And unlike those motherfuckers, I say it on a platform that's public. Yeah, it was a bullshit tweet on a burner account, but I didn't say anything specific that you were implying.
So standing for one thing doesn't mean you have to stand for everything. And that's the problem with our politics, right?
Yes.
You have to side with you want what's good for the economy. So and I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No,
here.
Go ahead. I
you want what's
appreciate your
good
insight.
for the economy. So you have to side with what could be racist rhetoric and the attack on women. I get it. Right. And I get that, how people can feel that if you're not standing for women's rights, you're standing for nothing. I get that because I have a daughter and I have a mom and sister.
And I completely understand that too. I have a sister and mom too. But the thing is, they also voted for that same thing. So it's like, how do I feel bad if anything did happen?
But my thing is, that's the problem with what our politics has become. That look at this. Do I have to agree with everything? And I'm not saying that I don't, because like I said, I have a daughter, a wife, I have sisters, mom, cousins, family, friends.
Yeah. Of course.
You care. And I want to believe that we all care about each other. But in order to achieve our personal goals, because right now we're at a time where we're all, just
Divided.
hurting.
Yeah, and hurting.
Nah,
Exactly.
not even the division is because of the hurt, man.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
The division is because we're fuck. We're just all going through some shit.
And here's the thing, exactly. Everybody's going through some shit, but if anything, their response to that original bullshit little tweet only proved my point right. I personally would never end friendships over fucking politics. Y'all decided to come after me, right? Y'all decided to start coming after me when I already didn't consider most of you friends anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not the bad guy here. Y'all are just fucking causing a problem for the sake of causing a problem. Like, again, I'll reference the show plenty of times here. There's plenty of times I've said things where I'm on the side of women and things of that nature. I don't want anybody to lose their fucking rights. If anything, I wish, and I don't know about you, Mike, I wish there was a candidate that kind of had like Trump's economic policies that people claim that there are going to be good for them, and Kamala's like social policies.
Wait. Who said this?
What do you mean? Who said what?
Who said Trump's economic policies are going to be good for America? Who said this?
Everybody that fucking voted for him.
Who? Huh?
If hold on, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is if we could take those sides of the people and put them into one candidate, like, and Kamala with the housing and the women's rights and shit, I think we probably would have had a decent shot at something. But
no,
maybe I'm wrong. But you may disagree with me, but I don't know. I'm just trying to see both sides of the argument here. That's all I was trying to do.
Fuck no. Trump's economic plan is doo-doo.
Was Kamala's any better though? I'm curious, and I'm only asking because I didn't know.
Yes, wholeheartedly, yes, yes. On paper, in theory, yes.
Okay.
Let's go with Trump's big one, right? The tariff.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been reading about a little bit before we started.
Even Elon Musk has come out and said that Americans should prepare to feel a little strain in the beginning. Excuse me?
In the beginning?
Wait a minute, papi. We're going through this right now. Okay? We don't have time to wait in the beginning. What do you mean? You don't feel I cannot eat my tortilla with my huevos, papi? What are you talking about? The huevos are $5. Come on, papi.
Tortilla, $3.
They talking about, come on, bro. They talking about, this is why people, what were we using when we chose to vote?
I don't know.
I mean, Kamala was not just like Hillary, like,
I would, and I'm being straight up when I say this, I would have preferred Michelle Obama over Kamala any day.
Everybody.
Bro. If Michelle Obama ran and had some good policies, I would have seriously considered it.
There's no comparison to Mrs. Michelle Obama. Okay.
That's like the only first lady I know of for a fact that was actually like, even though people disagree with her and make the fucking jokes about her and all that shit, like that was like the one first lady that I could recall that actually like did something in my lifetime anyway. So,
well,
like
I don't know why we're making the first lady a thing anyway. To be real,
fuck if I know.
Listen, fuck.
I mean, like
that sounded really sexist, and I meant it. Fuck.
You said it, not me. You can't get me for that shit.
No, man. I think we should be politically correct, and I think in a lot of things, fuck all that shit, man. Like, fuck. Bro, we have gotten really soft about a lot of things, like to the point where sometimes I feel like we need to bring back bullying, like dead ass. Sometimes I feel that way, and that's horrible. Because I mean, I've never been bullied, but that shit's fucked up, right?
I have, and trust me, it's not fun.
I know, man. But sometimes people need to be put in line, bro. There are way too many little rich kids that I got to do whatever I want running around.
Silver spoon in their mouths and shit.
Yes, bro. There's too many. There's too many. I don't know how to lose people going around, bro.
Participation trophy people.
Bro, what kids. The fuck? I blame our parents' generation. It's their fault.
Yeah. My family is technically boomers. So I do. I can technically blame them.
Yeah. If
I
they,
can actually.
I didn't forget. We're going to talk about this stolen election, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I'm just going off what everybody else said. I'm not saying. I mean, for a very brief period of time, like,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
maybe. Let me explain my point before you get up my ass. Okay. Pause.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. No oil either. I only say that because I could not fathom how many people actually voted Biden into office. I was like, there's no way at the time that someone like Biden could have gotten it. That's really like my only thought process. I was like, there's no way he won that election. That was it.
So you did no research. You just sided with everyone because Jessica, Kyle, and Stacy said so.
You know what? A little bit of that. I'll admit
Yeah.
that. I'll admit when I'm wrong, and that's kind of what it was. But I also
Okay.
still didn't understand it because considering how old and seemingly out of touch he was anyway, I was kind of like questioning it. I'm just like, I'm not saying I mean, obviously I voted for Trump, so I wanted him to win then, but I was
Hold on.
like, Biden? Really?
Matthew, you thought that Biden was out of touch, but you thought the billionaire was somehow going to be relatable?
I wasn't smart. I admit that now.
Oh,
That's why I
man.
said I regret it.
What the fuck? Oh,
Listen,
my
at
God.
least I could be honest about it.
Yeah.
That's all I could say. At least I'll be honest about it. People can clown me all they want for it, but I can look at my flaws and say, "Oof, that was rough."
Yeah.
Especially after January 6th, I was just like, "Oh fuck, I don't know
What
about
the
that."
fuck were you thinking? Oh my goodness. You thinking some craziness.
Clearly, I wasn't then.
I don't know how
COVID made
any,
everybody very weird. Okay,
but I gave him a chance. I did give him a
yeah, I
chance the
mean,
first time around.
I
I
don't
did.
think it was like all that bad. I mean, the threat of nuclear war
No,
with North
it was
Korea
bad.
every week was a little rough,
No,
but
it was bad.
I don't recall it. For me, I don't recall it being all that terrible. But I also
It
have
was
a
bad.
really bad memory. But
Charleston.
that I remember. Yes.
That was one of many things that had happened during his presidency. One of
Charleston
many
happened
things.
during the presidency?
You remember or when he removed people out of I forgot what was the structure he was in front of, so he could have a photo op with a Bible. You don't remember these things?
Oh, I
Come on,
remember
bro.
that.
People
It just
forget.
if you mention it, I'll remember it. Like I
Yeah, yeah.
remember that
See
too.
how
If you
people
just
forget.
mention it, it'll come back to me. But if you're asking me to remember, it's gonna be rough. I'm being
Yeah,
honest
people
with
don't
you
want to
here.
remember. Trump's presidency was not good. He was good in the beginning because he inherited Obama's economy. And then what
Mm-hmm.
happened after that? It rapidly started going to shit.
And COVID.
Unemployment rate was high. Inflation started. His mishandling of COVID. Are y'all kidding me? Like, did
Yeah,
we
that
did
was
we did we
mishandling of COVID
forget?
was rough. Mishandling of COVID was rough.
This is why when they come in and say he's going to be some great thing, I'm like, did we forget?
All I'm saying is if we go through another fucking pandemic under his presidency,
Hopefully not. I'm going to blame him.
I'm gonna fucking I will fucking blame him, and I'm gonna fucking lose it at the same time. Then I will bitch and complain on social
Called it the
media, even though
China
I have no
virus, then we
right
have to
to.
call it the Donald virus,
Mm-hmm.
the John virus.
I will say this though: the only reason I regret not voting is because I actually asked a couple of my friends why they voted the way they did, because like I actually wanted to have an intelligent conversation instead of arguing on fucking Twitter about it. Some of them gave me some really good answers. One of them is a very close personal friend of mine, and she told me that it could affect her medical care because I think she's on Medicaid or something, and she's going through like this big process of trying to get this surgery, neurological surgery done. So I'm like, I don't want her to get screwed over and have to pay thousands of dollars because she doesn't have insurance now because Trump fucked that up. That's like the only one of the few things I was just like, oh, maybe I should have voted in that case. But
But you know where she wouldn't have to worry about that? In Germany. She wouldn't have to worry about that. What do you people call that? I'm gonna call you because you talk like them too. Socialism. It's called socialism.
Maybe it's not so bad after all.
I mean, people just like reading is if you want to learn things, it's free. And I'm not talking about just going to sources that just say things that you want to hear, because that's not how you learn. That's not by engaging in the same with people that have the same thoughts and ideas as you do.
Yeah.
It's not how you're going to learn. You learn nothing that way. So you have to read the things that, even though they go against even maybe some of your principles, you'll learn something. Like, I love to learn new shit. I swear.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's why I love doing this show, because I learn new shit from hearing you and Dante and Hoochie Man. Like, I learn things, and hopefully you learn something from me when I'm not babbling like a fucking moron. But like, I I mean, like, but that's the thing. Like, I actually went on my way to ask people who voted, where I was like, why did you vote this way? And what were the reasons why? And like, one person said, like, oh, the infrastructure is going to get completely screwed up with public transportation, things of that nature. Um, and then the obviously the medical stuff. So I was just like, oh, I see why. And I kind of regret my decision to some extent, but it is what it is now.
Yeah.
I can't say I can't complain, but I don't wear it like a badge of honor either, truthfully.
Well, listen, as I said, I can't believe we made the whole episode about this, but whatever.
I got one story that I can talk about really quick, if an entertainment point of view, so that we don't have to end on such a fucking solemn note.
Entertainment. Let's do it.
So did you hear about the guy that died at Planet Fitness?
Huh?
Oh, you did hear about this? Okay. So in Indiana, there is a Planet Fitness. I read, people kept sending me this fucking story all week. And there was a junkie that died in the tanning bed, and they didn't find him for 3 days. He was in the tanning bed for 3 straight days.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to tell you why this is fucked up, because I work in a gym, okay? I work in a gym. One, if you're not checking your tanning beds every day at least, how dirty does that motherfucker have to be?
Yup.
Two,
That's literally what I thought.
nobody went to go check back there. Like, people are scheduling tanning and no one's like, oh, this door is shut to this thing. Why is that? Dude, I had 2 instances this week of homeless people and or junkies like being left in the gym or staying in the tanning bed for an hour because they fell asleep because they were high as fuck. Okay, I'll tell both stories. So Sunday I was at work and I had to open the gym, right? I did my normal walk. I checked everything I needed to check. But when I was walking through the, what do you call, the spa where the tanning and all that stuff is, I noticed one of the doors is shut. And I'm sitting here like, that's strange. That's not supposed to be shut, but I didn't have a key to unlock it, or I didn't think I had a key to unlock it. So I left it the way it was. Someone will figure it out when someone gets here. Like 2 hours later, the gym is open. It's busy. It's bumping. All of a sudden, this homeless guy I know walks out, who I can't stand personally. He walks out and I'm like, so-and-so, when the fuck did you get here? I didn't see you come in. I've been here all night.
Mm.
I was like, what? Fucking motherfucker, say that again?
Oh, damn.
Say that again? Someone forgot to check the back and they left him in there all night. And you know what's the funny part?
What's
the
that?
motherfucker could have just gotten up and left. The doors would have allowed him to leave.
Oh, shit.
But of course he's homeless. Why would he? That's what I told you in the chat.
Course.
Why would he leave?
Of course.
So he literally slept on the floor in like one of the beds. And I was like, oh, I got to tell my manager about this. And not too long after, because he camps out in the locker room and like clips his toenails on the counters and all that shit. Like, oh yeah, it's nasty. There's a lot of homeless people that go to my gym. People came over to my desk and complained. And they said, listen, bro, you got a homeless guy camping out in there? I'm like, yeah, I know. There's really not much I can do about it. It was like, well, he's doing this, this, and this. And he's taking up like 10 lockers. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but I walked over. I was like, hey, listen, so-and-so, I know you got, I know what's going on, but like, I can't have you camping out here and taking up all this space. The entire locker room kicked him out. Now, I'm not saying I didn't feel bad. I did feel bad for him in that regard. But at the same time, there's a policy in place that doesn't allow people to do that kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm kind of
So
on. Go ahead.
no. I don't feel any kind of way about that, man. I don't feel. So the truth of that is this: do you feel bad for him? Of course you do. Of course you do. But you personally have a job you have to do.
That's exactly what I was just about to say.
Which involves removing them. So I have no judgment against you, my man.
People might, but like I can't. I had to do what I had to do.
It's
You know,
a
maybe it wasn't
lose-lose
the best
either
way
way.
to handle it, but yeah, it's a lose-lose. There's nothing I could have done.
Lose-lose. It's a lose-lose, bro. If you keep him there, you're not doing your job. You can possibly get fired. Yada yada yada.
I don't know about
If
get
you-
fired, but the members definitely wouldn't be happy about it.
Yeah, and which causes them to leave, which causes business to go down.
Yeah,
you
to
know?
go down.
So,
Yeah, it's
and
a
if
double-edged
you,
sword, and both sides suck.
yeah, and if you don't, and if you put him out, you put him out with nowhere to go. So it's
Oh, he's been back since. Like I didn't see him for like 3 days after that, and then he came back one day, and I was just like, oh, well, I guess that didn't last very long.
yeah.
But but the one more story about the one girl that fell asleep. The day after Monday, I came into work early again, right?
Yeah.
I was scheduling somebody in the tanning bed, and I was like, oh, number 6 or whatever it was. They come back and they're like, number 6 is closed. I'm like, well, that's impossible. On my screen, it says nobody's scheduled. Go to my assistant manager and say, hey, did you put somebody in the tanning bed? She's like, oh my God, she's still there. It was like a really young girl who was a junkie, like pretty too. That was the sad part. She was like pretty too. And she fell asleep in it for an hour before I even got to work. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, the day that Planet Fitness story broke is the same day that happened, but the story broke later in the day. We would have had the exact same issue. I know, right?
No, thank you. Hell,
Bro,
no.
I hate Myrtle Beach. I want to go home.
Hey, that's Myrtle for you, man. That's South Carolina, man. Dead ass. If you go anywhere, these these nice cities, and it's like that. It's strange. It's strange as fuck. South Carolina is a dope state, but like places like
There
Myrtle,
are things I like about it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There are things I like about South
Of
Carolina.
course you do.
But God damn it, there are some people here that I can't get into it too much.
I won't. I personally couldn't live past North Carolina. If I had to choose anywhere, personally speaking, just me, if I had
Mhm.
anywhere in the world, anywhere in the U.S. that I would want to live, it's North Carolina. I genuinely love North Carolina. Genuinely.
Well, somebody will be moving there next year, so you can come. You can get out of Germany and come see your boy.
Well, we have to cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes,
But-
that is true.
But North Carolina is like I hated Fort Bragg, but I loved North Carolina. It took some getting used to because people are not. I don't want to use the term slower. They're more relaxed than we are up north, specifically the
I
tri-state
can't
area.
stand that, by the way.
Yeah, if you once you got to really mingle with them, man.
I
Get
know,
used
I
to
do.
it.
That's why I'm glad I work at a gym because I see so many different people all the time. But at the same time, I hate this like lackadaisical attitude. Like you know me,
Man,
Mike. I not
bro.
only am I from Jersey, I have like an internal clock inside of me that I just have to go.
No, there's no reason, bro. We listen. We don't stay on this earth for that long.
In retrospect, yes, you're right.
You have to enjoy some of it. You can't just keep constantly go for the entirety of it. And then by the time you can actually enjoy it, your body doesn't work as much as it did when you could have enjoyed it. You can't just go. You can't just take run the whole thing. You gotta life's a marathon, man. You gotta you gotta pace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and see breathe in some of that air, man. Like, listen, Americans, get out of America. Fuck, I understand that you can see everything. Listen, the United States, as far as beauty, shits on. We have everything. We had
Yeah.
everything.
My
Beaches,
yeah.
mountains, everything.
The one thing I want to do, specifically with you, actually, of all people. Nope. Pause again. Is I want to go to a soccer game at either Anfield or Old Trafford. One of the two for a
Okay.
Liverpool United game. I want to save enough money one year where you and I can make that trip happen.
So I'm keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna wait to go to Old Trafford until they do the renovations to go.
Oh, fair. Well,
Because
Anfield's
yes,
still an option because they finished their renovations.
because I don't know about Anfield.
You might get stabbed or
No,
something,
I
but
won't get fucking stabbed. I'm not worried about that. No, I
oh
want to go to Old Trafford, but I've heard some good and bad things about Old Trafford. And with my luck, we're going to end up going on a rainy day, and
yeah.
I don't want to be nowhere near none of that bad shit that they got going on at Old Trafford. Believe me, my dream is to see a Man United game in person. It's my dream. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't understand
I know. I feel you. I want to go to. I
that.
keep saying it to myself. I want to go to Anfield so bad one year.
Oh, I've wanted this since I wanted this since I was a boy. I've wanted and to a World Cup game. I want to
Oh
go to
yeah. Well,
one.
I actually might get the chance for that in a few years.
I
So I'm
want to go to
saving up
one
all the money I can for those tickets.
because yes, because I have to. I've been to a Euro game. That shit was live as fuck.
You
Oh,
went to these Euros, right? I forgot.
yeah, the ones that
Yeah,
just
you're
passed.
right. You
Yeah,
did.
I went. So I can't. I love going to live games, at least to one in my life. So I've been to a
Hmm.
baseball game, I've been to a hockey game, I've been to a couple basketball games, I've been to a couple football games, I've been to a Euros, I've been to uh, German soccer game, but like the second tier. Next year, I'm going with my wife to see Dortmund. We don't know who yet, but we're gonna go.
Hmm.
Um, I just want to watch as many sports games everywhere as possible.
Let's see. What have I watched? I've seen hockey in person. I've seen football technically because I went to Rutgers games. My brother was the mascot. Um, I've seen baseball. I'm trying to remember what else. I think that's it. I haven't seen soccer or football. I haven't seen um, basketball. Yeah, I've missed out on a lot of stuff, man. There have been opportunities where I could have gone and I didn't. That's what sucks.
Gotta go, man. Life's too short, bro.
I
I'm not
know.
saying you don't have to work because the truth about life is no one gives you anything. So you gotta go out there and get what you want. That's the truth about life.
Hmm.
However, you do have to enjoy some of it. It
Hmm.
can't be constant go. Like again, my man B Word, bro. He's been where did he go? Jamaica? Is he in Montego Bay?
He went somewhere exotic.
I
I,
forget where
I've
he
for
went,
his
but
birthday.
I'm happy for him, bro. That's dope. It was dope seeing him enjoy himself. It's dope. A lot of some people will hate, some people don't care. I like to see my people win.
Succeed. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't wait for your episode of Unfiltered Discussions, by the way. I don't know if you heard mine, but that was rough listen. But yeah, mine I've been on there twice now, and I love B Word as a host, man. I can't wait to hear what you got to
I
say because
do.
I loved your Jody episode when you were on Po Boys. Um
I
I,
do. I'm always impressed with that man. I will always sing his praises, man. Always.
we need to get him back on the show.
Hey, come on, B Word. Come on, man. Come on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get the
Episode
people.
100. We could do maybe episode 100 with B Word. Who knows?
You think B Word would rock with Jamingo?
Don't give me ideas. You know me when it comes to this podcast. Don't give me any ideas because I will make them happen. I will try to anyway.
I would love to just because although I don't agree with a lot of what B Word has his just don't agree with him politically, I guess you can say.
Fair.
I still enjoy having a conversation with him.
And that is exactly what I've been trying to preach all fucking episode. Instead of bullshitting about trying to go after somebody about whatever fucking opinion that they didn't say, actually have a conversation with them. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to have a conversation with them about it. But they would just go like, I'm just like,
I find that to
Jesus
be
Christ.
ignorant. You know,
I do too. I
however they
find it to
feel
be
about
very
it,
ignorant.
it's ignorant and childish because you don't agree with me. Oh, you fucking little
But
puss,
see, that's the
bro.
thing, though. That entire I said this is why I said they suck each other off all the time, for lack of better
Fuck
terms, I
each
guess.
other.
But I'm just like they will feed each other their own fucking delusions, and I just kind of sit there and laugh at it, like, you guys actually fucking believe this
Yeah,
shit.
and
Like, and
there's
I don't
no
say anything because it
personal
ain't my
growth.
place. But it's like sometimes their delusions just get the best of them, and I'm sitting here like, I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad for the times I spent with them. That's why I posted a photo on Twitter earlier today. I'm glad, but I'm also glad that they're not a part of my life at this point in time, because frankly, it's just it was an environment I just no longer felt loved in, for lack of better terms.
Go where you're celebrated.
Exactly. That's why I fuck with you guys.
Go where you're celebrated, bro. You know how I feel about you, man. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. And it's not to say that I never appreciated stuff they did for me either, because they did a lot for me when they didn't have to. But sometimes things just fall through for whatever fucking
Yeah,
reason.
but just because you did something for me doesn't mean I can't disagree with you. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, you're entitled to, just like they're entitled to their opinion and they want you to respect their opinion, they should do the same. People forget that side of it.
Mhm.
People forget that side of it all the time. They want you to respect their opinion, so much so that they will debate hours with you about it. But then when it comes time for you to them to respect your opinion, that's where there's a problem. No, because you're wrong, you're stupid.
Mhm.
You know, that's the behavior of children. That's illogical. Children lack that
Some of these
sense.
people are almost 30 years old, by the way.
That's disgusting. Like, grow up. What's wrong with you? Your life
Listen,
has
I
been
don't.
too easy. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
I don't want to. I mean, I'm not trying to be talking shit, but at least I can talk shit on a platform that I know that they can listen to instead of fucking behind my back. So fuck yourselves, I
People,
guess. I don't
these are
know.
kids. These are the problem. These are what these boomers are talking about with millennials and these new gens and or whatever the fuck they say, right? Then they're calling them soft. This is that shit that they're talking about because this shit is soft, bro. Think
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Soft
Seriously,
like
this shit
Charmin.
is soft. This shit is soft. You're gonna tell me because I disagree with you, you have to go and throw a tantrum like a little fucking 4-year-old would? Come on, bro. Like, grow up.
Yeah.
Somebody has to say it because enough is enough. Like, I don't
I'm
disagree with a
tired,
lot the
bro.
right
Like,
has to say, but we have as an American society to an extent has gotten soft. And I'm not talking about all this macho bravado shit that
no.
some of these red pill fuckheads talk about. Like, no, it's not that hard to just be a decent human to stand
Yeah.
up for what's right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that complicated, people.
Yeah. Listen, man, I see so many people a day that I have no, even though I may not like some of them, I still do my best to make them feel welcome and every time I see them. So that's all I can say, regardless of whether they're whatever their race, gender, or in this case, home or financial situation. So that's all I can say, man.
Well,
When you work in a setting like that, you can't really have any judgments. Let's be honest.
yeah.
You just kind of go with the flow and go with your work day.
Look, I think if we spent less time being judgmental
Mm-hmm.
and more times, doing a little self-reflection, we could do better as a society.
I highly suggest everybody goes to therapy. It's been doing wonders for me the last few months, even though I've been
Yeah,
going for a while. But for the last few months, it's been doing wonders for your boy.
therapy's good. Therapy's good.
And
Your mental
meds.
health is
Meds
good,
is
man.
good too.
That's a big thing. It's not just taking care of your body, taking care of your mind because, your body's going to go where your mind tells it. So you got to strengthen that motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing my best. I'm finally heeding everybody's advice over the course of the last year and doing my very best.
Yeah, man. Well, then, Matthew, listen, I
Yes,
got
Mike.
to take a leak, bro. So
I'll make it quick so you're not pissing your pants. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out episode 93 of the Bromigos podcast. If you have anything at all that you want to talk about, this goes out to all you motherfuckers too. Send a text to the show. Getting in contact with us is free and costs you nothing.
No. Yeah.
I'll read that shit. I don't care.
This
Come
man.
on the show too and fight me. I don't give a fuck.
No, I ain't no fighting. What the fuck?
Well, we're not fighting, but have a conversation for once. That's the whole point of this.
I'll argue with
show
you? Yeah, argue with this motherfucker. Come argue.
Yeah,
with
argue with me, man. And I wasn't even arguing with you, but you can argue with me if you want.
Nigga, bro.
Anyway, you can find us on your favorite podcasting platforms too: Apple, Spotify, whole 9 yards. We appreciate any follows and feedback you give us on there too. Helps the show out tremendously. And we hope you guys like the new logo that has been posted everywhere now, finally. So, by the way, Bromigos Pod is the Twitter account. Facebook and Instagram, The Bromigos Pod. TikTok, we blow up on there every now and again. The Bromigos Podcast. Mike, I don't know about you, but the YouTube, I heard the streets are saying the YouTube might be back.
Well, hold on. The streets going to have to wait another week. But the streets are talking, man. The streets going to have to wait another week.
Keep used to the streets.
All right, YouTube, yeah. Right.
There will be shorts, though. There always will be shorts. And by the way, shout out to our friend Cole and Full Swap Radio. Sunday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Our episodes are syndicated at that time of the day. We appreciate if you listen there too and support your boys.
Hey, Cole,
Anything
we made
you'd
it
like to
short
say?
this time. Cole, we made it short this time. No 3 hours, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're really sorry about that the last few weeks. I guarantee they cut us off at some point, and I wouldn't blame them one bit.
They have to. What the fuck? Like, come on, bro. This is long.
No wonder those episodes don't 20 downloads. They're too fucking long.
Keeping it short because, Lord, Dante's not here.
Oh.
I say it.
You said it, not me. See you guys on the next one.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Bromigos Podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Avita! That's okay! She'll be back. Another